Hey boys, welcome to a very exciting bit of information that came out today. Big Ant has an article up. I think this is the Cricket Australia website as well. So there's a bit of info that came out today about the upcoming Ashes cricket game, which, as I expected, is a new game. It's going to be interesting because it is being made by Big Ant, so you would assume that it is going to be very similar to the Don Bradman. I wouldn't expect like a totally different style game. It's gonna be fairly similar, I would imagine. It says later down here, but it is releasing November this year. So I mean, the first Ashes match I think is around the 22nd maybe. I can't remember exactly, but so you would expect the game to release around that time. Maybe a little bit before. So we just got an article here. You would have seen before I started talking, just the this video here is just a little bit more of a teaser with Stark coming into bowl to it looked like Joe Root. So what we got here, the fully licensed game will feature both men and women's teams from Australia and England ahead of the Ashes. So it seems like it's only going to be Australia, England, women and men's stadiums and player licenses. So we're still going to have, you would assume, still going to have the academy because they talk about the customization for all that. It's going to be releasing PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC in November, and that's actually pretty good news because in this it says that they're all releasing in November. Usually they push back the PC release for like a month or two, so this wording, it sort of seems like it's all going to release at the same time, but I mean, we'll have to wait and see if that's, 100%. We got a little screenshot here of Steve Smith. I mean, fucking look at the likeness, dude. I mean, you just have to look at Rugby League Live 4. I mean, as much as people complain about that game, like, I still think it's a good game, but the one thing people can't complain about is the likenesses. It's excellent in that game. So, I mean, this game is just going to look even better. As it says, all players have had their likenesses captured using, their new equipment. It just goes into a bit more detail about how long that takes. We see a women's image here. Like, it seems like the women are going to be, face scanned in, which is very, very cool as well. Because I know in like, Don Bradman Cricket 17 wasn't licensed, but obviously no one really made the female players in the academy. So it's going to be good to see the actual proper female players. They talk about some their previous games, I guess. There's actually a really cool video here. I'm not going to play it all because it's a pretty long video. I'll link this article in the description, but it's actually really, really cool because obviously Glenn Maxwell here went to like their new studio, the mocap or whatever it's really called, motion capture studio that Big Ant have, and I'm pretty sure that they weren't able to utilize this new piece of equipment for Don Bradman Cricket 17. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure they used it. I think they might have used it for Rugby League Live 4, but I think they got this motion cap studio after Don Bradman Cricket 17 was released. So if you watch this video, like Maxwell's playing like all different shots, he's imitating, Jesus Christ, he's imitating Steve Smith and I think Peter Handscomb and probably a couple others players to like sort of get their sort of like likenesses and sort of like little habits at the batting crease, which is awesome. It's very, very cool. So it seems like there's going to be a big emphasis on players having different sort of animations, I guess. Maybe not to the extent of every player, but it'd be cool to see like just a few players, your top players who have like fairly standoutish sort of batting techniques look different at the crease, which would be very, very neat. I'm hoping if that is the case, then we can, when we make our player for career mode, you can actually choose what type of stance and what type of style you are. But it's a really cool video. You should definitely check it out. Just talking a bit more about this, obviously a shot in action there. It should be like I think Don Bradman Cricket 17 did a good job with the shot animations. I thought a couple looked a little funny, like cut shots always look a little wonky, and maybe, yeah, I mean, drives always are pretty decent, but with this new ability to like motion capture the shots, hopefully it should go to the next level and every shot should look realistic, which is awesome. But as you see here, in addition to being able to customize players, teams, stadiums, logos, and match formats as per Big Ant's previous cricket games, it's also going to deliver a comprehensive career mode. So it's pretty much going to have all the features of Don Bradman. So it's going to have your career mode where you go up in from junior ranks, like the local club here, to test matches and internationals. So that's good. I know some people were talking about like the game's just going to be like Ashes and maybe a couple of other game modes, but it's going to have the usual career modes and stuff. So it's just going to be sort of the next step in the Don Bradman cricket formula, I guess. As you see here, another image of old Gary Lyon, Nathan Lyon. It looks good. Like it's going to be a good looking game. I'm very excited. I am very keen to see how different it plays though, because like I don't want. Hopefully, people do understand though that it's not going to be a totally different game. Like it's going to be similar to Don Bradman, which I'm fine with. Like Don Bradman is a good game. Don Bradman Cricket 17 was a great game. I don't quite understand why so many people still, talk so badly about Don Bradman Cricket 17. Like, probably, the duplication of players was still like the biggest annoyance for me, but at the same time, like the actual gameplay and the career mode depths and stuff, it was excellent, and all the customization was top notch. So I'm very interested to see. Hopefully, it's a couple of months away, the release, so hopefully we can get like some sort of academy again to like sort of test out, the game a bit. Hopefully they bring out like nets and some drills we can do and practice batting, practice bowling. I think, I don't know if it says in this article, but I think I read somewhere that the bowling also got captured in the mocaps, because I know like a few people were complaining about like Stark doesn't look like his bowling action, blah blah blah, carrying on about the bowling actions. So I think it does say in an article, I don't know which one, but they did record players bowling actions. So I don't know how like in depth that's gonna be, but it would be cool to see some more realistic bowling actions for certain players and just a bit more variety in the bowling. But yeah, that's this video. A lot of exciting stuff. I'm very keen. It's gonna be good. It's funny because I'm just getting back into like playing Don Bradman Cricket 17, so it's gonna be a good little lead up to the release. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, and I'll see you in the next one.